And joining me on Morning Prime this morning is our Editor-in-Chief, Wasbir Hussain. Well, Wasbir, if you can hear me, significant point made there by the NEDA convener that discussion should continue and that there is enough room for discussion which will eventually lead to solution.
Absolutely, Aaron. You have heard the exclusive conversation that the NEDA convener had with our channel, Northeast Live, and at 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐭𝐡𝐞𝐬𝐭. This is the first reaction that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma had given after that very crucial meeting that he had with the entire core committee on the Naga peace talks. In fact, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has made two to three very significant observations in this interaction with our correspondent, 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐭𝐡𝐞𝐬𝐭, that a very senior leader of the BJP, that a very senior leader of the BJP has understood the fact that there is a tremendous amount of scope still there for negotiations and that there is room for discussions and roadblocks can be broken, roadblocks can be overcome, and the need for discussions to continue. I think I look at these things as something which are very crucial, because an understanding that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma had that there is room for discussion, that discussions needs to go on despite the roadblocks, and that discussions has to go on till its logical end. It's an indication, I would take it as an indication that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, as the convener of NEDA, is going to apprise the central leadership. Yes, he has made it very clear that he is not going to discuss the Naga issue. He is not being authorized to speak on the Naga issue. He is talking about a formal position. He has, the central government may not have asked him to do so as of now. But the NEDA constituents like the NDPP, the NPF, etc., which are the constituents of the ruling alliance in Nagaland, along, of course, with the BJP, they have expressed their faith, they have expressed their confidence in the leadership of Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, and that exactly is the reason why the entire core committee had this meeting with him that had gone on till late into the night yesterday at that resort near Dimapur. So what I gather from my sources right now is that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has been apprised of the situation, particularly after the 31st May resolution of the NSCN-IM National Assembly, where they resolved that there will be no solution without the flag and constitution. Now, you know, there were reports earlier in the last 10 to 15 days that the government of India was willing to go a step further as far as the flag and constitution demand is concerned, and that they are willing to allow the use of the Naga flag for cultural purposes, and they are also going to get a reflection of the Naga statute or constitution into the Indian constitution itself. And this is something which has been rejected by the NSCN-IM. Now we have heard Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma saying, or rather making the point that talks has to go on and there are enough room for discussion. So these are very significant statements coming from a leader like him. Now, what we also need to understand is that what top sources within the core committee have told Northeast Live last night after that very critical meeting is that they have urged upon Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma to use his good offices to talk to the central government and apprise them of the development. The core committee on Naga peace talks, in fact, they have urged upon Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma to impress upon the center to actually uphold the commitment given to the NSCN-IM by two former interlocutors, that is Mr. R.N. Ravi and A.K. Mishra. And the core committee had, of course, met yesterday, as we have been reporting, and they have wanted the Dr. Sharma to impress upon the government to come up with what is called formulation papers, which have been submitted to the NSCN-IM from time to time. So there is a reposing of faith on Dr. Sharma by the core committee, and Dr. Sharma himself giving an indication that he has understood the issue and that there is room for discussion. I think these are very positive developments as far as the Naga peace talks are concerned.
Yes, true, Wasbir. So, Himanta Biswa Sharma has once again made it clear that he is not directly involved with the peace talks. It's not his jurisdiction, and it's the government of India and the NSA and IM leadership who need to do the talking.
Yes, that is what Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has made it very clear. He has gone to the extent of saying that even if he has to meet the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister, he would like to have the Nagaland Chief Minister by his side, and that he said he will be the correct protocol to follow. He said that it is not up to him as a leader of a neighboring state to just go to New Delhi, meet the Prime Minister and Home Minister and give his suggestions on the Naga peace talks. He said that that is not his style and that is not expected of him, and that is not also the protocol. He said that any direct talking will have to be done by the Nagaland Chief Minister, who is the elected representative, elected leader of the people of the state. And if he has to go, he would like to be accompanied by the Chief Minister of Nagaland and his team. That is what Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma said. He is sticking to protocol. But we all know that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, he commands a lot of respect within the BJP. He is a leader representing not just Assam, but his constituent units of the NEDA have reposed full faith in Dr. Sharma's leadership during the last 6 years since the NEDA was formed. And since then, he has been acting as a cohesive factor and uniting the various regional parties, which are the constituents of the NEDA. So it's a known fact that he exerts tremendous influence among the NEDA constituents across the northeastern region, and that he is somebody who is looked up to by the NEDA partners. And therefore, that is the reason why the core committee had briefed him on what has been happening on the Naga issue, and were requesting his good officers to be used to impress upon the center to tell that the commitment given by the two interlocutors, R.N. Ravi and now A.K. Mishra, must be honored by the government of India. So, and the NSC and IM leadership had also said that the government of India should not change the goalposts so that it doesn't become difficult for them to play on. So that is what has been also been briefed to Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, asked to impress upon the center, as the NSC and IM said, not to change the goalposts. We don't know whether the center is changing the goalposts or not, but that's what the NSC and IM has requested the core committee to convey to Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, and that has been conveyed to him during last night's meeting near Dimapur. So on the whole, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma's good officers have been roped in by the core committee, but Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma may stick to protocol and may impress upon the center, but may have the Nagaland leaders also with him when he says that to the central government.
All right, well, first reaction of the NEDA convener after the crucial meeting yesterday with the core committee. Our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain, thank you for your inputs.